Hi, I'm John Cooper with the John Cooper Real Estate Group, standing out front of the Nanaimo Courthouse. I thought what a great venue to talk to you guys a little bit about foreclosures here on Vancouver Island. You know, we're blessed here in the Vancouver Island real estate economy that we really don't see a lot of foreclosures. But at a time in my career between 2008 and 2014, there was a lot of foreclosures. And there's a really misconception out there about the opportunity that a foreclosure represents to a buyer. I'm not going to touch on the seller side of it. That's the kind of sad side of the foreclosure process, people that haven't been able to pay their mortgage on time. I'm just going to talk about the purchase side. And so back in 2008, when we had the market crash, we used to get a lot of inquiries of people, investors in particular, home buyers looking for deals on real estate. And the perception was that they could get a great deal on a foreclosure. And I want to just talk to you about the process and some of the pros and some of the cons about pursuing a foreclosure property here in Nanaimo and here on Vancouver Island. The process is a little bit unique in that there's a court approval process. So let me explain. If you see a foreclosure property out there, it's listed by a bank. The bank's had an appraisal. And that's what's guiding the list price on the home. Now, the bank has a duty to prove to the court that they did everything possible to get as much as they could for the property. And frankly, that's to protect the people that are being foreclosed on. And it's a great mechanism because in the absence of a court approval process, you'd have banks selling for whatever was owed on the property and leaving the previous owner high and dry on any equity they had on the home. So you've seen a foreclosure, you viewed the foreclosure, you like it, you want to pursue it. You're going to make an offer just like you would in any other capacity. You can have inspection conditions, financing conditions, all the things that you would in a standard purchase of real estate here in Nanaimo. Okay, you do your due diligence. Your due diligence is satisfied and you remove subject. So now you've got a firm commitment to purchase the property. At that point, a court date gets issued. Here in Central Island, generally, the court proceedings are right here at the Nanaimo Courthouse. The court proceedings are there to approve the sale, and the judge is going to make sure that the bank and the real estate agent did everything they can to get as much as they could for the home. Now, here's the downside of the foreclosure process is at the court date, there's an opportunity for anybody else to make an unconditional subject-free bid at the court date, which means if you're that first buyer to the table, you've done your due diligence, you removed subject, you've headed to court, you don't know until the end of that court date what you're going to pay ultimately and whether your sale is ultimately going to approve. If nobody shows up at court, likely scenario is the judge is going to review the file and approve your purchase contract and you're going to buy the property. But if somebody else shows up at court and is willing to make a subject-free bid at the court date, it goes to what we call a sealed bid. So the judge and lawyers will ask everybody to put their best offer in an envelope. The judge will go through, make sure that it's unconditional, that it matches the dates made by the original offer, and approve the highest bid at that time. The original purchaser, the one that already did the due diligence, also has an opportunity to revise their bid at the court date. So I look at this two ways. There's two strategies that you can look at when pursuing a foreclosure. One, you can be the first to the table and try to get it to court quickly in the hopes that there'll be less people to bid against. The risk is you get outbid at court, and during the 10 to 30 days while you're waiting for the court date, you cannot pursue other options because if no one shows up, your sale gets approved. Option two is to wait until somebody else pursues the property, someone else makes it unconditional, and someone else takes it to court, and then you show up at that court date with your unconditional bid. The advantage to that, you're free to pursue any other option except between when you discover the property and the court date. The downside is you're guaranteed to be in a bidding scenario. So there's a lot of complexities to it. If you're interested in foreclosures, reach out to us. We can send you a list of the foreclosures on Vancouver Island. It's a short list. Alternatively, if you have questions about the foreclosure process, you want to get an automated list of new foreclosures when they come on the property, or just want to get a better understanding of the process, reach out to our team. We're happy to sit down with you and explain it in more detail, answer your questions. I hope you found this useful. Have yourself an awesome afternoon, and thanks for listening.